Hi, welcome to this Startup Technology Leadership Initiative. Welcome Jeyaprakash and welcome Suresh. We have been hearing about Internet of Things in every place. And we would like to know from you, the experts in IoTs and analytics, on the problems that you solve and how big is this space.
So we are primarily an Internet of Things solutions company, which provides comprehensive hardware and software services in the field of healthcare solutions. And we are also expanding a lot into power, infrastructure, and structural monitoring solutions. So our vSense platform that we have today is a comprehensive AI-enabled platform, a first of its kind AI and IoT-enabled CMMS platform, which is a computerized maintenance and management system. So we currently provide services along with our sister company, which is JNARK Health Solutions, where we are providing a comprehensive real-time monitoring enabled maintenance service for all the medical equipments for all the health institutions across the state in Karnataka. So this is spanning up to 3,000 health institutions across villages, districts, communities, taluks, and covering close to about 60,000 equipments with whose data resides in our platform. We provide
right?
Yes.
That's huge. Okay.
And for each equipment, we characterize the or qualify the data in a very, very systematic and structured manner, because we want to use this data for our real-time monitoring and a foray into the field, which is called predictive maintenance. So before even an equipment breaks down, some of our sensors, which are connected to close to 5,000 equipments, they will start predicting the failure of an equipment, and before the failure, our engineer could actually go down on the field and fix this equipment and come back. Now, this whole prediction part by itself is accomplished by a lot of profilers that we build in for each equipment category, and these profilers are labeled by our field engineers on the kind of faults that we are generating or observing on the field. So we have a very well quantified machine learning model that's continuously enhancing each day with each service call on this equipment, which is all built into our platform.
So how did you land up into this business? I think you have a PhD in computer science, right?
Yes, that's right.
So how did you get into this entrepreneurship along with Jeyaprakash?
Yes, so it was a very interesting journey. I mean, personally, after a PhD, I've been involved in chip industry for about 10 years, worked with Intel and ARM. And then at some point, I started realizing that, from a computer science degree and all the way into the chip industry, I could see the IoT was one of the places where I could stitch everything together, because Internet of Things is one of the areas which spans all the way from a customer requirement, which is a use case requirement, to the software, to the hardware, all the way down to a resistor or a capacitance on my printed circuit board. And pairing with Mr. Jeyaprakash was, it's one of those things, partners are made in heaven sort of thing, right? Where, he comes with a phenomenal understanding of businesses, the solutions, crafting solutions, right? So, which is very important for making a technology viable and suitable for a customer need. And I think that's where we sort of differentiate among all other IoT companies across the space. And it's been a lot of learning, a lot of hiccups, goof-ups, mistakes, successes, early successes, huge successes. And I think the journey has been on track as we have.
It's been a very fantastic journey so far. We have cherished every moment of the journey. Indeed, it is one of a very unique solutions that we are trying to take to the customer. Not just the solution, not just the technology, but there is a sense of satisfaction that we have, because somewhere the technology is enabling a better healthcare delivery for the citizens. Even if one life is saved because of our solution, that's the most accomplishing factor that we would have achieved in this journey.
So
So
you
I
are
think it's a very
machine learning, IoTs, healthcare, all critical pieces together, and that's the biggest puzzle that you guys are solving.
absolutely.
Okay, and can you give one top customer success story in this space where you felt extremely happy and the idea gets fully validated on all fronts?
Yes.
Suresh?
Yeah. So, our top client, which is the health institutions in government of Karnataka, in we close to have, as I said, 5,000 equipment. Now, whenever we meet the client, there is the amount of excitement right from, a commissioner or a secretary. It is just phenomenal. It is just so heartwarming to see. Because what we have brought in is that now every person in the state could aspire to get a health service which he could not earlier. There is accountability in the system. There are hospitals which cannot decline a service today, which are all monitored, tracked, because of a downtime of an equipment. Because we ensure that there is 99% uptime of every equipment in the state, right, in every health institution. And it is very humbling and heartwarming to see when you actually go on the field installations, when you're installing your sensors on a neonatal warmer or a baby warmer, right? There is a newborn, and you're trying to keep that machine 100% up and running all the time, and ensuring that it continues to work so that every newborn is delivered the kind of healthcare, irrespective of the money they make, the offer, the payments in the hospital, the kind of hospital, the place of hospital, anything, right? So
you are the guardian of the future of India.
A part of it, yes. I mean, we would like to be a part of it, and it's absolutely satisfying, as Mr. Jeyaprakash also said. It's much beyond technology, much beyond software, hardware, or anything. It's a very satisfying solution, and that's the reason the customer is happy, the client is happy, and we are seen as a very unique player in the space as we emerge over this project.
And another question to Jayaprakash. So, since you are dealing with a lot of rural areas as well, and then remote places, what is the kind of support you look from the government in terms of, or any policies or any support from the government angle?
See, the government, the current government is coming out with a lot of very good initiatives in terms of integrating technology in whichever sector it is. May it be healthcare, may it be education, may it be transport. They're trying to come with the latest available technology and integrate it with the existing system to make it even more better. And also, the availability of the solution to the citizen is something which is going to be looked at very seriously in the near future. From a technology perspective, there are a few things that we also look up to the government in terms of certain very strict policy of making the existing system, how effectively it is happening is something which we do not we are not able to monitor here sitting at the central headquarters. So our solutions, our Internet of Things, will definitely be able to help monitor the scheme which comes out, which the government is coming out on a regular basis. And for example, the NHM project of maintaining all the medical equipment across the state is a very good initiative to ensure that the equipment is always available for a better healthcare delivery. But in a rural place, in a very remote PHC, primary healthcare center, most of the time it is not put under use. Either the equipment is not working, or there is no adequate manpower to operate it, or there is no technically. These are the few things, which is actually tampering the national scheme. So our IoT solutions will help the government to continuously monitor these equipments, whether the equipments are working, whether they are put into use, how many times they have been put into use, is having of equipments used for what. So over a period of time, even the way the medical equipments are used, we will come to know what kind of a disease which are available, which are spreading in those regions. So government will have to emphasize on this real-time monitoring for every state. I think Karnataka is the first state to implement this real-time monitoring, and they are leading in the country. Soon, NHM, the National Health Mission, will adopt this solution for every state, which is what we are looking at.
Great to hear. In that line, since you are clubbing a lot of technologies and deep domain and very critical piece that is healthcare, how do you get talent, Suresh? Because hiring the right talent for this kind of a critical piece is not that easy. So how do you manage hiring and nurturing the talent?
Yeah, that's a very, very pertinent question, because I think as startups, I think that's one of the hardest things I personally experienced, and as a team, we have experienced in the journey, because we do very limited PR, as you rightly pointed out. That we don't startups are not very widely visible. It's very easy to get lost in among the 25,000 startups, and we at early stages, the compensation packages are not as competitive as the MNCs which exist in the city. So especially in place like Bangalore, it is very difficult to find the right talent, but we deliver at the best in the world quality machine learning algorithms, or the platforms, or the IoT solutions. So this very big mismatch in what we need versus what we can afford or what we can retain. But then we have sort of always worked in a model that we are largely a young people company. We hire a lot of fresh graduates. We hire interns. We do have some experts, some of the key members of the company who sort of lead these youngsters, we train those youngsters to technology, the core values of the company and everything. And we try to grow those people, largely working with colleges, working directly with referrals, or a very limited set of job consultants. We have been able to succeed in building a very good core technology team. And we hope to sort of continue. Yeah.
When you said 60,000 devices or more and 5,000 or more cradles are being monitored live, that shows the solution is working live, and then it is doing the very, very important job. And my question to Jeyaprakash is one of the things that I always look at is there will be a lot of challenges, because this is healthcare, there is a government involvement, and then there are authorities and regulators. So what are the challenges that you faced in the past? Can you share one or two?
The key challenges that we faced initially was, we being a startup, we cannot participate in a large tender directly, because there are certain eligibility criteria which the government has to follow based on the CVC guidelines. And we do not have any past references in terms of having executed such large projects. So these are the key challenges that we face, and we have partnered with the right team. In fact, we have partnered with TVS, who helped us to bid jointly on a consortium model. And we also have another partner called Transcol, who came with the right expertise of calibrating the medical equipments. And our real-time monitoring solution, adding to the entire solution, was, I think, is the icing on the cake. So the general concept of comprehensive medical equipment maintenance is now going to be a legacy, because the future is going to be a real-time monitoring of the operation of medical equipment, which is going to come in the near future. The initial challenges were just the acceptability of a startup for taking a large project, and also the past experiences which we do not carry with us. These were the two initial challenges, and of course the challenges of bringing the right technical team together was another challenge. But fortunately, we had a very strong and one of the best expert team with us. So I think we should be very thankful for TVS as well as Transcol to have the confidence and trust in us and in our solutions, and take us jointly in participating on this such large project.
In fact, that's a good one, because getting the right partner of the right size to get into larger projects, that helps us a lot. How do you see in the next 6 months as a roadmap from the technology point of view, and then for the next 3 to 5 years as a roadmap? How do you envision it, Suresh, both from product wise and from installation wise?
So maybe I'll give a gist of our technology roadmap for the next 6 months, and maybe Mr. Jeyaprakash would add on to the business roadmap as well, so that we get a comprehensive view of the company. So on the technology side, today we are, accumulating, gathering a lot of data as we speak on every minute, right? So, so this already is one space where we will be one of the largest data, high quality data aggregators for medical equipment industry on the software and the data analytics front. On the hardware front, we are one of the leading forerunners in one of probably the largest IoT sensor deployments in the country, and which is providing a very meaningful and structured outcome for a particular problem that we are solving. So as we grow next 6 months, our focus is going to be to continuously enhance our IoT solution portfolio, both from a hardware and a software perspective. We also intend to integrate a lot of our solutions directly in working with OEMs, large OEMs like GE, Siemens, and even some of the OEMs which are very specific in the field of health equipment, very high value, highly critical health equipment, so that some of our solutions come embedded in the system for all future installations of Internet of Things enabled equipments. Additionally, we are also expanding very large into power sectors and also some of the structural monitoring sectors, because we have a very strong team to build a wide range of sensors, and our cloud platform is now fairly flexible to gather and analyze a lot of patterns from different applications. And thankfully, with a partnership, some of our partners like IIT Madras and ARM, we are hoping to learn and grow as experts in different domains over next 6 months to 1 year.
From the business angle, so Jeyaprakash, what do you look at?
Yeah. Yeah, as Suresh said, we would like to elevate ourselves as one of the key vendors for OEMs like Siemens, GE, Philips, and Panasonic, and so on and so forth, from a medical equipment perspective. And we would also like to, elevate ourselves as a solution partner for the power sector, the structural monitoring sector, as well as from a general monitoring perspective also. We are planning to have a large launch in US in the mid of 2020, where we are trying to promote our platform, which is the vSense platform, together with our strategic partners. Maybe we are looking at partnering with someone who can take us on a global level.
Perfect. In fact, we are very happy to have you for this startup leadership and technology session. It's very exciting in terms of knowing about there's a lot of cutting edge technology being integrated and then being used and put in place, and you are enabling the last man and the last person in even the remote places to avail the best of breed medical equipments and services. And that's a great thing to the country. And we wish all the best to JNARK. And we want to see a whole lot of success stories from you people in the near future and in the far future. Thanks a lot for joining us today. Thank you.